Is Dillon Brooks on his way out of time? And I think it's kind of funny. No offense. I mean, I don't think illy on anyone, but hey, Dillon Brooks for the second offseason in a row will be shot. It feels like every season since he signed that contract, they've been like, hey, let's figure out how to get out of this contract. He just did not progress offensively like we thought he was. But what I will say is I have found this very interesting. I want to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. Have you guys been intrigued with the Dillon Brooks saga? If you're a Grizzlies fan, which I'm not, what do you think of Dillon Brooks? Are there Dillon Brooks fans out there? Do you guys exist? Is it sad? I have nothing against the guy. I actually love, I don't mind his antics. I'm a defensive guy. I love defense. So, like, for me, I mean, I feel bad for him in a way. Like, the NBA's bullying him. But at the same time, I'm fully aware that he kind of did it to himself. So, that's where I do want to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you think on that? And let's hop right into today's video. And let's talk about the fact that our man Dillon Brooks is on his way out of Memphis, regardless if they, sign and trade or retain. I don't even know. But he's an expiring contract. So, man will not be returning as of right now unless he does something insane and, like, shuts down LeBron for 15 quarters straight. At this point, I don't even know if that would be possible. But he's a guy who's a good defender, very inefficient offensive player. Like, there was a time where we thought you didn't know if you wanted OG Anunoby, I feel like, or Dillon Brooks. Like, and I say that half serious and half joking. But the NBA is a place where if your reputation gets damaged, it really does hurt you in a way that I don't think can be understated. And I don't mean to be rude to our man Dillon Brooks, but right now, what does he bring you to a team? He's basically kind of like Pat Bev, but maybe not as efficient. He's kind of like Josh Hart, but not as good. Like, I'd rather have Josh Hart. And he kind of fits the same mold as Josh Hart, kind of like a secondary ball handler. And it's really the defense you're bringing him in for, but is it worth it offensively, what he does? And I don't know about how he affects the locker room, but this is the report, and let me read it to you guys right here. Shout out. All right. Our boys from ESPN, Tim MacMahon. Dillon Brooks will be a free agent this offseason, and his future with the Memphis Grizzlies is uncertain considering his liabilities on offense and the fact they sought upgrades at the small forward position at the deadline, specifically OG Anunoby. Brooks is a very effective defensive player, like defensive player of the year caliber, but he's an inefficient floor spacer as a wing in a way that doesn't maximize the Memphis offense, and he has questionable shot selection. We know the Grizzlies pursued Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby, and they threw up 4 picks at the Nets trying to get Mikal Bridges. They weren't really able to get the Raptors in serious conversations about OG Anunoby, and they offered up a few picks. And they've already tried to move on from Dillon Brooks. And if Dillon Brooks, people really suggest that maybe he's a detriment to the team. And people are saying that the Grizzlies might hit up the Nets for Dorian Finney-Smith as he's a more feasible trade target. And the reason why they'd get rid of Dillon Brooks is for someone who's maybe not as good defensively, but still a plus defender, but is way better and reliable on offense. And I think that's the right move. Probably. But it definitely brings up questions with what are they doing? What is the future? Because Dillon Brooks, I only think there's a handful of guys that you can really go out. Are you trying to go out and get Matisse Thybulle on a cheaper contract? All right. Is that possible? Is that what you want? I don't know, man. I don't know even though that's feasible. And I think it's just funny. All right. And how it's all just played out for Dillon. Because he could be this guy if he just took better shot selection, that there wouldn't be a problem with his offensive game. But because he's so bad with his shot selection, you just get mad and you're like, why, man? Why?